Welcome. Oh, you took Sid away. Bring Sid back. I feel like Gene Kelly. My daughter doesn't understand that reference at all. But I feel like Gene Kelly. So it's Silly Thursday, so we're being appropriately silly. This is Sid from Ice Age, who's joining me for a little happy dance. We made it through another week. Yay! All right, you can take Sid away. Okay, I'll have to explain the Gene Kelly reference to my daughter later. Probably everybody out there got it, and she was like, what? Okay, hope everybody's doing well today. Final broadcast for this channel for the week. We'll be back on Monday. We're going to do a Tai Chi for everybody for 1 hour today. And then we're going to do a little bit more of an advanced Tai Chi, working on some forms. Tai Chi for rehabilitation, Tai Chi for arthritis part 1 and 2. We worked on the Tai Chi for diabetes form, and we're going to continue with that. We had done part 1 a couple weeks ago. I explained a little bit of starting with grasping the bird's tail, and I'm going to continue with grasping the bird's tail today in hour 2. Okay. Also had a request to talk about silk reeling, so I'm going to do that a little bit also, a little bit this hour, a little bit next hour. So that's the game plan. I hope everybody's on board with that. Sophia is behind the computer. She is my producer. If you have any questions, you can type them into Sophia. She will relay pertinent messages to me. And occasionally we have technical difficulties. Yesterday we had one at the end of the second hour. We kept getting dropped. I had good internet connection. So occasionally things like that are going to happen. So my apologies. I think that's everything. I thought there was one more thing. Oh, just a thank you once again to Rebecca, who put together Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 2 movements and sent those over to me. Huge time saver. Thank you. Judy, who put together the Shibashi movements and listed those out for me. Again, huge time saver. Thank you. And David, who made a really cool cross-reference sheet. And it actually takes the movements from Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1 and Part 2 and lines it up with the lesson on the DVD. All 3 of those documents are now up in my document and training library. But that one is really nice if you're trying to learn a movement and you want to cross-reference it to one of Dr. Lam's DVDs. You have that chart, so that works out really cool. So thank you to Rebecca, Judy, and David for taking care of that. Those are all in my document and training library. All right, let's get started. Right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together, friendship, tucking the thumb, humility, fist into the palm, and we say welcome or ni hao. It is an honor to be teaching you. It's a shame that it's online and not in person, but we are going to stay safe. But it's an honor to be teaching you. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, send your picture in of you doing Tai Chi so I can add it to the gallery. We're going to start with some deep breathing exercises. So knees bent, tailbone dropped. Head is lifted by a silk thread. We're going to breathe from the belly, long, slow, deep belly breath. Let's begin. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Breathe out, push out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale exhale, inhale, and exhale. Arms over the head next. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Breathe out, gently pushing up. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Big, deep belly breath in. Breathe out, push out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands back up in front of the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings, big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow, deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow, deep breath out. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. That's our breathing exercises. Go ahead. Get yourself a drink of water if you need to. Let's move along. So, we're going to do our warm-up exercises. Please make sure that you are staying safe. If you need a chair next to you, please do so now. Now is a good time to do that. Take that chair, turn it sideways. The back is facing towards you. If you're having a bad balance day, and hey, it's okay. We're going to have good days and bad days. If you're having a bad balance day and you feel like you need another chair to the other side of you, please go ahead and do that. Okay? So, a chair to either side of you, maybe one on one side. Maybe you've been doing this long enough and you don't need a chair. That's fine too. The chair is an aid for your exercise. It is not a punishment, all right? We just want to make sure that you're staying safe. And since I can't see you as you are exercising, just want to make sure everybody is safe, okay? All right, warm-up exercises. 2 for the neck, then the shoulders, lower spine, hips, knees, and ankles, as opposed to head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. That's the grandparents' song. This is a warm-up exercise though. So we're going to start with the neck, chin tuck. Bring the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Feel that nice stretch in the back of the neck. Rotate the palms out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin down to the chest. Again, we bring the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Feel that nice stretch on the back of the neck. Rotate the palms out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin down to the chest. One more time, we bring the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Feel that nice stretch. Rotate the palms out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin down to the chest. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, looking side to side. Inhale, 2 prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Watch the right hand going over the right shoulder. I'm looking right, gently pushing down on the left. Inhale, come back to center. Back to prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Watch the left hand going over the left shoulder, gently pushing down on the right. Inhale, come back to center. Prayer hands, Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Right hand, right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. Inhale, come back to center. Back to prayer hands, Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Left hand, left shoulder, gently pushing down on the right. Inhale, come back to center. One more time. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Right hand over the right shoulder, looking right, pushing down left. Inhale, come back to center. Prayer hands, Tai Chi ball, right hand is on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, pushing down right. And then inhale, come back to center. Back to prayer hands. Exhale, relax your hands down. We should have named Lulu Hitchcock because she likes to come by and do a cameo every time. Forward shoulder circle, shoulders back, up, forward, and down. It's our own Where's Waldo. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Beautiful. Reverse that. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Bring the shoulders forward and then up, then back, and down. Excellent. Gathering chi. We're reaching for infinity. Inhale. I'm gently reaching out, reaching up. Feel that nice stretch. And then exhale. Relax the hands down. Again, gently reaching out, reaching up. Feel that stretch. It'll make you want to smile, but resist. Exhale, relax the hands down. One more time, gently. Don't force anything. Nice and gentle, trying to open and expand the body. Exhale, relax the hands down. Beautiful. Touching heaven and earth, lifting the head up by the silk thread. Inhale, 2 prayer hands. Exhale, left hand up, right hand down, float the head to the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right hand up, left hand down, stretch the spine. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand up, right hand down, float the head gently to the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, right hand up, left hand down, float the head gently to the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. One more time. Left hand up, right hand down. Feel that nice stretch. Inhale, back to center. There's Waldo. And exhale. Inhale, back to center. Back to prayer hands. Exhale, relax the hands down. Carrying the ball side to side. Inhale to prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Exhale to the left. Inhale the ball over, right hand is on top. Exhale to the right. Inhale the ball over, left hand is on top. Exhale, left. Inhale the ball over, right hand is on top. Exhale to the right. Inhale the ball over, left hand is on top. Exhale to the left. Inhale the ball over, right hand is on top. Exhale to the right. And then inhale the ball over, come back to center. Exhale, relax the hands down. All right, note to my producer really fast here. Moving along. Hip exercises, side to side. This is where you might need that chair, okay? So stay safe as you do these. Work on the posture. Once you feel like your posture is where you want it to be, then work on weight shifting, okay? All right. Prayer hand position. Push to the right, weight to the right, bend in the right knee, tap the left foot, or extend the left foot out. Weight shifts left, bend in the left knee, upper body stays straight, tap or extend the right leg. Set the right foot down, weight shifts to the right, tap or extend the left leg. Set the left foot down, weight shifts left, tap or extend the right leg. Come back to center. One more time. Push right, weight right, tap or extend the left leg. Set the left foot down, weight shifts left, bend in the left knee, tap or extend the right leg. And then come back to center and relax the hands down. Beautiful. Forward and backward hip exercises. Weight shifts to the right. Empty left heel, hands behind us. Empty left toe, hands in front of us. Empty on the heel. Empty on the toe. One more time. Empty heel. And empty toe. And back to center. Other side. Weight shifts left. Empty right heel, hands behind us. Empty right toe, hands in front of us. Okay. Empty heel, empty toe, and back to center. Thank you for looking that up. Thought I heard thunder off in the background. Heel kick is next. Stay safe, use the chair. Smile, make sure you're having fun, whether you like it or not. Weight shift, another parent saying. Weight shift to the right. Pick up that left leg. Heel kick left, punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Weight shift to the left. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. Weight shifts right, pick up the left leg, heel kick left, as you punch right, pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Weight shifts to the left, pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. One more time. Weight shifts right, pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Weight shifts left, pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. And then pick up the right leg and float that foot to the ground. Beautiful. Bow stance, step out empty, keep space between the feet. Weight shifts right, step out empty left, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. Weight shifts to the left, step out empty right, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. Weight shifts right, step out empty left, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. Weight shifts left, step out empty right, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. One more time. Weight shifts right, step out empty left, bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. Weight shifts left, step out empty right, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, come back to center. Awesome. Ankle exercises. Weights on the right, left foot, heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Weight shifts to the left, right foot, heel and toe. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Weight shifts to the right, now left foot, touch little toe and big toe. Outside of the foot, inside of the foot, little toe and big toe. Weight shifts that way, left, right foot, little toe and big toe. Outside of the foot, inside of the foot, little toe and big toe, and back to center. Beautiful. All right, shake those legs loose. That's our breathing exercises. That's our warm-up exercises. You know, if that's all you got done every day, that's a really good workout. That's a really good way to work the body out. There's a lot more than that, but using that as a bare minimum, that's a great exercise for us to do. And you could even bump the breathing up instead of doing it 3 repetitions, maybe do 6 or 9 repetitions of the deep breathing. Even extend that out a little bit, okay? All right. I'm going to hydrate. Sophia, can you hand me that book behind you, please? So, I love my students. They give me so much information. On Tuesday, I was talking about Shibashi, and I was reading about what are the reasons that we do each one of the movements. We've been talking about intent. So I was talking about the intent of the Shibashi movement, and I was reading the intent. If you didn't get to see that, if you like Shibashi and you missed that one, go back because I think you will like it, my talking about intent. And then I went through the Shibashi movements in 3 reps, and Sophia was giving me the highlights of what each movement was helping with. So that can be a good thing to do. However, I was referencing a book that had been out of print, and my understanding was out of print. But one of my students, Jeannie, picked up that it was not out of print, and actually it is available on Amazon. So this book right here, hey Sophia, can you hit autofocus so they can... and then you're going to have to autofocus again. I'm sorry, should have given you better warning. So this book is available on Amazon for like $18 and something. So for $19, you can get that book. That book is a very good book about Shibashi. So here, I'll stand here so you can autofocus again if you need to. That's a really good book on Shibashi. And I was explaining on Tuesday that it goes through in detail. Number one, it actually has a lot of information about QiGong, the theory of Qi and QiGong, and talks about general principles and talks about breathing. So there's a lot of very good information about that in the beginning. But then it goes through each movement and devotes like 4 or 5 pages to each movement, giving you simple and advanced versions of each movement, and then he tells you what they're good for, all right, what their intent is, if you will. And then he goes through a summary of exercises where he goes through about 4 movements every 2 pages, 3 or 4 movements every 2 pages, telling you a basic and intermediate focus, and then he finishes it with 18 movements all in 1 page. So it's a very, very good book. If you really like Shibashi and you know, like books, it's a good $20 investment. All right, and that is on Amazon, and Jeannie found it for me. So thank you for doing that, Jeannie. Thanks for that information. That was awesome. Okay, let's move along. Let's do leg strengthening exercise next. So, Wuji position, weight shifts to the right, or I'm sorry, weight shifts to the left, right, cat stance. Tap right toe out in front of us and back into the cat stance. Tap right toe out to the side and back into the cat stance. Tap right toe behind us. Don't change your upper body, keep it nice and straight. And cat stance. And step into Wuji. Other side, weight shifts to the right, left foot, cat stance. Tap, left toe, out in front, empty. And back into the cat stance. Tap, left toe out to the side. And back into cat stance. Tap, left toe behind us. The meows, of course, are courtesy of Sophia. And cat stance. And Wuji position. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good work. That was round 1. Oh, we should have had Panda sitting next to Sid while he was dancing, Sophia. All right, round 2. Adding weight shifting. All right. Remember that setting our foot down and shifting weight onto it, those are 2 separate things. So we don't set the foot down and put weight on it at the same time. We set the foot down, empty, then we shift weight onto it. 2 separate events, all right? Don't try and smear those together into one. Weight shifts left, right cat stance once again. Tap, right toe out in front. Set the right foot down. Now weight shift right. Keep a bend in that right knee, and then you can tap or float left foot behind us. We're going to hold it just a little longer, let you work the legs a little more. Set the left foot down. We do the same thing going back. Then shift weight left and right cat stance. Tap, right foot out to the side, empty. This is the one that's a little more exciting to do. Set the right foot down without shifting any weight onto it. Now, slowly shift the weight to the right, keeping the upper body straight. All the weight's right, so now I can tap or float the left foot. And again, we're going to hold that just a little longer. Set the left foot down, but again, no weight on it. And now shift the weight left and right cat stance. And now the really exciting one. Tap the right toe behind us, empty. Set the right foot down. I don't have any weight on it though. Then I shift the weight back onto the right. All the weight's right, so I can tap or float the left toe in front of me. Set the left foot down. Nellie, Lulu, cool it. Weight shifts to the left and right cat stance. And Wuji position. Lulu. All right, other side. Sorry about that. Lulu saw something she doesn't like. Go to Sophia. It's okay. Go to Sophia. Weight shifts right, left foot, cat stance. Tap, left toe out in front. Set the left foot down. Weight shifts to the left. All the weight's left. Tap or float right toe. Keep that right foot right over the floor where you picked it up from. Then set the right foot down. Weight shifts back to the right. And left cat stance. Tap left toe out to the side. Set the left foot down. No weight on the left foot. Now shift weight left. All the weight's left. Tap, float, right toe. Right over from where you picked it up. Then set the right foot down. No weight on it. Now shift weight right. And left cat stance. Tap, left toe behind us. Upper body stays straight, don't lean. Set the left foot down, but no weight on the left. Shift weight back onto the left. All the weight's left. Tap or float right toe. Upper body stays straight. Set the right foot down. Now shift weight right. Left cat stance. And step into Wu-Ji. Awesome. Shake those legs loose. Good work. Awesome, awesome. Good job. We held it just a little longer. Give your legs a little bit more work. Make sure you're keeping that bend in your knees, okay? All right. I thought I saw somebody out there that they weren't bending their knees. That's why I said that. So, how are you doing, Sophia? Any questions? All right. Let's move along. Let's do our hand exercises. So we're coming close. Pointer finger and thumb, beautiful circle. Interlock those two. Tips of the other three fingers gently push the palms towards one another. And relax. Middle finger and thumb, beautiful circle. Interlock those two. Tips of the other three fingers and gently push the palms towards one another. And relax. Then ring finger and thumb, beautiful circle. Interlock. Tips of the other three fingers. Gently push the palms towards one another. Relax. Pinky and the thumb, beautiful circle. Interlock those two. Tips of the other three fingers. And gently push the palms towards one another. And relax the hands. Beautiful. Next, neck exercises, figure eights. Try and keep the upper body straight. Imagine you have a pencil in your mouth and you're drawing the number 8 laying on its side. When you get to the center, stop and then reverse. Back in the other direction. And when you get to the center, stop. And I could feel my neck just opening up from that one exercise. When I first started the circles, I could feel my neck felt really tight, and I felt it opening up as we moved along. Love that feeling. Shoulder exercise. Haven't done this one for a little bit. So, left hand, upper part of left chest, forward circle with the elbow. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. And when you get to the bottom, stop and reverse. Do what your shoulder allows you to do. Don't stress it. Beautiful. Now, right hand, upper part of right chest, forward circle with the elbow. Again, not forcing anything. And when you get to the bottom, stop and reverse. Beautiful. All right. Prayer wheels next. Prayer hand position. Weight shifts to the right. Step out empty left and begin. Exhale, weight shifts forward. Inhale, weight shifts back. Exhale and inhale. Weight shifts forward. Weight shifts back. Exhale and inhale. Weight shifts forward and weight shifts back. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Weight shifts forward and weight shifts back. All the weight is now on the right foot. Left foot is empty, so I can pick up the left foot and come back to center. Then I weight shift to the left, I step out empty right, and I continue. Exhale and inhale. Weight shifts forward, weight shifts backwards. Exhale and inhale. Notice I'm moving nice and slow, keeping the upper body nice and straight. All the movement is coming from the legs, head and shoulders just following the hips. One more time. Exhale and inhale. All the weight is now on the left, right foot is empty, and I come back to center and relax the hands down. Beautiful. All right, that is the prayer wheel. So, everybody having fun? Any questions, Sophia? That means everybody's doing it perfectly. I love that. Okay, so early in the week, someone asked me to talk a little bit about silk reeling. And so I'm going to do this in kind of 2 stages today. I said I would do it today. So I'm going to explain some fundamentals of silk reeling this hour, and then we're going to practice a little bit of silk reeling next hour. Okay? So allow you to absorb it a little bit at a time. Silk reeling. So silk reeling exercises are a foundational exercise for Tai Chi. But the interesting thing is they're a foundational exercise, but they are kind of a higher level of Tai Chi, if you will. First off, when you're doing silk reeling, you get down into minute details with silk reeling. Okay, you have, it takes focus, it takes a lot of dedication to learn silk reeling. It's a lot of repetitive movement. So some people don't like it because of that. But essentially you're taking some Tai Chi movements and you're taking them down to their basic core. It's very similar to if you're playing baseball, and I think we all understand baseball even though we haven't seen it in a while. When you're playing baseball, you practice the fundamentals of baseball. So you stand in the batter's box and you have a pitching machine pitch to you over and over again, or you do some live pitching where somebody does some live pitching to you, over and over again. You go out in the field. If you're an outfielder, you take fly balls. If you're an infielder, you take ground balls, and you do that over and over again. And then, if you have a good coach, a good teacher, they will start working with you, on batting. They'll tell you that you need to do something with your hips different, maybe open up your stance, and they start giving you, and you start going into minute detail on each one of the things. It's very similar to Tai Chi and silk reeling, is that you go into minute detail with it, okay? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Sorry, Lulu is like sitting over on this side and looking across here and barking, or not barking, but she's like starting to growl, where Sophie and I are trying to figure out why. So just part of doing live stuff at the house. You get to see the whole family, you get dancing in between, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so silk reeling is fundamental. A lot of the fundamentals that you use are what silk reeling is all about. So my understanding is, I've never reeled silk before, but my understanding of silk reeling is that as you are pulling silk, you need to use a steady but firm pressure. You don't try and go too fast, and you don't jerk the movements, otherwise the silk will clump. And that's where it got its name from, because when you're doing silk reeling, it's all about moving very slow and very smooth and with a purpose. Okay? I read somewhere, I think it was one of the master trainers, that they went over to China and did a tour of China, and they got to see people pull silk, and then they got a chance to pull silk. And the people were very impressed, because as they were pulling silk, they went into their Tai Chi principles, and those that used their Tai Chi principles were able to pull silk pretty well right away. The ones that just kind of grab and just kind of yank on it, not so much. That's the historical foundation around silk reeling. Like I said, silk reeling deals with very minute movements, and you're constantly adjusting the movements. And to really understand silk reeling, you need to understand spiraling force. And I'm not going to go into spiraling force today, but it's that curving motion. The Chinese believe that things have more power on a curve than they do a straight line. Americans are all about straight lines, shortest distance between A and B, straight line. Americans are all about straight lines. The Chinese believe there's a lot more power in a curve. And so you combine that spiraling force, and you end up with silk reeling. Okay, I hope that's a good, there's one more point I had about it, and I'm drawing a blank on it. There's one more point I wanted to make this hour, but I'm drawing a blank on it right now. I know what it was. So, spiraling force is, silk reeling contains spiraling force. I have studied with several Tai Chi masters about silk reeling, and it is quite interesting. It's like I've spent, one master I spent all day just doing silk reeling exercises. That's what we did all day, was silk reeling. Another master we spent, it was a half-day course, and we spent 3-4 hours, or I guess it would have been 3 hours just on silk reeling. Dr. Lam has talked about silk reeling. I actually was part of a 1-week class that we did silk reeling in. So silk reeling there's a lot more than that can be covered in even 1 hour. Okay, so I'm just trying to break it down to give you some of that. Okay, so let's do this. Next hour, we'll cover more of silk reeling, and we'll actually do some silk reeling together, okay? For now, let's do one silk reeling exercise. This is one that I do in some of my classes. The person who requested silk reeling, I don't know if she's ever done this one with me before, but I'm going to face towards you and just practice this silk reeling exercise, all right? I'm not going to try and mirror you, but I want to face you because I want you to see what I'm doing with my hand, okay? So I'm going to start, not mirroring, remember. I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to scoop my right hand up like I'm scooping up water. I'm going to bring it up on my left side. When it gets over my shoulder, I'm going to rotate my hand towards the ceiling. Notice that I'm not reaching way up. My hand is kind of like in a protective mode, or arm is kind of like protecting my head. And then I'm going to sweep the right hand over to the right side, and I'm going to let that hand slowly come down. I'm scooping up, bringing up over the top, rotating the palm to the ceiling, and I'm ending with my little finger towards the right wall as I bring the hand down. Now, when you're thinking of silk reeling, in this instance, you're not leading with the hand, but you're leading with the wrist. So as I bring my hand down, my intent is pulling my wrist down. So my fingers are staying up. And then as I come underneath, the intent is pulling the wrist. So as I do this, my fingers kind of flow behind. I'm coming up. My intent when I'm thinking about is the wrist. And as I come across, so the fingers are kind of trailing the wrist, okay? So, let's add a little bit to this. As I bring the hand up on the left, I'm going to weight shift to the left. As I move to the right, I'm going to weight shift to the right. And I stay on the right as I drop this hand down. I weight shift left as I bring the hand up on the left. And then I weight shift right as I bring the hand across to the right. You can let the left hand just stay down by the side, or you can also bring the left hand up in front of the chest as you're doing this. That actually gives your left arm just a little bit more work. This is all about minute details at this point, all right? So you go very slow and you keep repeating the movements. You try to make the movements more efficient, and then you work on the principles that we talked about, going slow, keeping good posture, feeling your weight shift, songing the joints, focusing on the movement. Or like we talked about with Yang Yang, start first with the choreography, then work on the intent. All right, go ahead and relax. You keep working with it, you keep adjusting, you keep trying to perfect things, okay? That's all part of the silk reeling. Again, we're going to go into a little bit more with that next hour, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a primer now and a little bit more hands-on next hour. So we've got a lot to cover next hour. For now, let's go through Tai Chi for Arthritis, Part 1. If this is brand new to you, you may want to check some past videos where I've gone into more detailed explanation. What I like to do is go through it once now, and I'm not going to try and, well, here, let's do this. Since we're talking about silk reeling, and a lot of you know, I'm assuming most of the people here have seen Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1. That may be a false assumption, but again, if you haven't, go back to an earlier video. But think of the curving movements as we go through the Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1. Since a lot of you know these movements, so don't think necessarily about silk reeling or spiraling force unless you're more familiar with that, but just think about the curving movements. I want you to think about this in aspects of staying round, okay? So the commencement, you can do commencement, pick the hands up, sink the hands down, hands up to the chest, step out, and prayer hands, all right? You can also think about this in a curve, thinking about commencement in a curving motion. Not only the hands, but the whole body moving in a curve, okay? You can do, okay, this is really hard for me to do. You can do cloud hands in square movements, and I see people, this is really hard for me to do it this way. Notice my arms are kind of like kinked. There's not a roundness to the arm. They're like in right angles. My elbow is up, okay? I've trained myself not to do that, or it's been trained out of me, I guess is a better way to say it. Or now, cloud hands, notice the arms are rounded as I do the cloud hands, okay? So let's go through Tai Chi for Arthritis, part 1. I want you to think round. Think of ways that you're keeping things round as you do the arthritis form, okay? All right. Let's begin. I just demonstrated this one. Commencement, think round. Bringing the hands up, we're extending the hands out. And as we sink down, we're pulling the hands in. Coming up the chest, stepping out. Again, think round. Open and close, rounding the arms, rounding the chest and the back. Single whip to the right. Think that expansion and rounding. Cloud hands, again, just demonstrated this also. Look at your hands. Are they rounded? Are you kinking up at the elbows? Are your elbows at a 90 degrees, or are the arms kind of nice and gently rounded, yin yang? And back to center, open and close. Now you have another chance to think of single whip, rounded, cloud hands. Bird. Keep thinking round. The body is rounded, the body is open. Brush knee to the left. Again, think of the body as rounded. Opening up the joints. Play the lute. Parry and punch. Embracing the tiger and pushing the mountain. Concentrate on the body being rounded, having curves. Open and close the form. All right. Hope that went well for you. Okay, so Sophia's going to cue up the music for me for Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1. I want to point something out to you. The yin-yang symbol. Yin-yang symbol, if you showed this to somebody in China, they would go, oh, Tai Chi. Notice the yin yang symbol has no straight lines in it whatsoever. It's all about curves. All right. All about that curve, that roundness. Okay. So let's go through Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1 with music, and that'll finish off this hour. Like I talked about yesterday, you can work on a principle, and then I like to end it up, kind of wrap it up by doing it with music. It puts ties a nice little bow on your Tai Chi. Okay? All right. So, a couple of deep cleansing breaths. And commencement. Ooh, as Austin Pepin would say, spot on. Sorry, wrong Austin. All right, let's do our cool down exercises. Good job. I hope you felt that feeling of roundness, that opening feeling as you were doing it. Tighten up all the muscles in the body. Relax. Again, tighten up all the muscles and relax. And one more time, tighten up the muscles and relax. Finally, gather chi. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Ran a little over this first hour. We're going to take a 15-minute break. We'll see you back at 11:15. We're going to be working on forms, QiGong 5-element breathing, Tai Chi for rehabilitation, Tai Chi for arthritis 1 and 2, Tai Chi for diabetes. I think I got them all. All right, see you in 15. Get some water, hydrate. Thanks, bye. Hello there. Sid's joining us. I don't know, for some reason we put Sid up today. We had Bugs Bunny earlier this week. We learned a new learned a new part of our program here, so we had Sid join us today. Anyway, something fun. Thursdays we can get a little crazy. But what we should do is have Panda dance with him. All right. Thursdays, crazy Thursdays. Okay, Sid, we'll see you later. Bye. All right. Thank you. Welcome to part 2. Forms training, I guess we'll call it. So this is a little bit more advanced than the last hour. I'm assuming you know the warm-up exercises pretty well by this point. And I'm assuming you know Tai Chi for Arthritis pretty well at this point. Okay? Again, if you missed it, first hour, if you're just joining in, the movement chart for Tai Chi for Arthritis is up on my website. Thank you, Rebecca. The movement for the Shibashi is up on my website. Thank you, Judy. And there's a cool cross-reference sheet that takes Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1, Part 2, cross-references it to the lesson that Dr. Lam has on his DVDs. Excuse me. It's a really cool cross-reference chart. Thank you, David, for that. Those are all up under my document and training library. Shibashi, I went through Shibashi on Tuesday and talked about the intent of the Shibashi movement. And Jeannie, one of my groups, let me get it right. Jeannie, this book that I thought was out of print, Jeannie says it actually is in print and can be bought through Amazon it's under $19. Okay? So there you go. There you have a bunch of resources for you. Traditional Chinese bow. Right hand, fist, left hand, fingers together, tuck in the thumb, humility. And we say, welcome. Sophia is back behind the computer. She is producing. If you have any uplifting words for Sophia, she's not feeling really good today, but she's taking up her station. So if you have any uplifting words, you can go ahead and share them with her. Maybe you have a quippy little saying that will make her feel better, or something funny that will make her feel better. Oh, I have something. I know this will make her feel better. Because I always tell everybody knows me for, stupid jokes, daddy jokes as they call them. So, Sophia, where do you keep daddy jokes? In your database. All right. Okay. So, let's do some QiGong, 5-element breathing to get us started today, all right? I'm assuming you know the regular breathing exercises that I do, but this is a nice way to, it's a nice alternative. I've gone into detailed explanations on the QiGong 5-element breathing. We have a lot to get to this hour, so let's just go ahead and do it. If you need further instruction, go back several Thursdays ago, and you can see the instructions for QiGong 5-element breathing. Excuse me. All right. So, starting with the earth stance. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Moving to metal. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Returning to earth for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Moving to water, 6 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Back to earth for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. To wood for 6 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Return to earth for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now fire. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And now reverse. Inhale, exhale, 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 and return to earth for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And relax the hands down. Do your hands feel kind of warm, tingly? Maybe like there's a presence, a magnetic presence there. A lot of people, after doing that exercise, they feel a presence in their hands. By the way, that's your chi. Okay, let's do our warm-up exercises next. I'm assuming that you know these really well, so I'm making the assumption that we can flow through these We're not going to go fast because we want to do our warm-ups, but we're going to flow through them. So, starting with the chin tuck. Think of the warm-up exercises as another one of the forms. Looking side to side. Exhale, relax the hands down. Forward shoulder circles. And reverse. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity. Touching heaven and earth. Relax the hands down, carrying the ball side to side. Hip exercise, side to side. Chinese hokey pokey. heel kick. Yeah, I threw something new in on you. That was a double kick. Just something a little different. And ankles. Second ankle exercise. And back to center. Beautiful. All right. That's our warm-up exercises. There you go. QiGong 5-element breathing, warm-up exercises. Great way to start a day. All right. Sophia, how are we doing? Any questions or comments? Okay. Let's move along. Like I said, we've got a lot to get to this hour. We're going to try and get a bunch of stuff in. So I was asked a question about silk reeling. I think I pretty much answered it. Thank you for your comment, Jenny. And I talked a little bit last hour about silk reeling and the basics of it, and how silk reeling is kind of a fundamental exercise of Tai Chi. So let's just look at one way we can work on silk reeling. Okay, so I am going to face towards you so you can see what my hands are doing, but I am not going to mirror you. Okay, so we're going to start out with the right hand. So take that right hand, we're going to drop the right hand. And I'm sorry, we did this a little bit last hour, but I want to make sure we're clear here. So when you're doing the silk reeling, when you're moving the hands, a lot of people want to think about their fingertips. Instead, think about leading with your wrist. So as you're bringing the hand up, like something that we all know really well, the commencement, Sun style commencement, even Yang style commencement, this works well. Well, let's stick with Sun. As you're bringing the hands up, you're not bringing the fingers up, so you're not doing this with your hands, but you lead with the wrist. So as you bring the hands up, the fingers are following. And then you sink the wrist, and as you sink the wrist, the fingers flow and follow whatever the wrist is doing. So your intent, what you're thinking about, is moving the wrist, and the fingers are following whatever the wrist is doing. So that very same thing is happening here as we're doing the silk reeling, is that you're leading with the wrist. This will help you when we do Tai Chi for rehabilitation, exchanging yin-yang energy. As you move those wrists in yin-yang energy, as you release the box, you're following the wrist as the hands flow, as you smooth the tablecloth left and smooth the tablecloth right. I'm leading with the wrist and the fingers are following. So keep that principle in mind as we start with our right hand. So we bring the right hand up and then across. You can keep your left hand, you can put it at your waist, you can keep it up at your chest, you can let it hang down to your side. So there's a lot of things that you want to be looking at here. And we're starting out with just one hand, with our right hand, so we're bringing it up and then across. Notice my hand is nice and loose and relaxed, and then flowing it down. So you can start with a movement just with one hand. And truth be told, I need to work more on silk reeling exercises. That's something I should spend more time working at on a personal level, and on my spare time that I already have. Now, let's do the same with the left hand. Bring the left hand up. Think about leading with that wrist as you do this. There are hundreds of silk reeling exercises that you can do. Go nice and slow. Think about your hand placement. And then you can bring in that right hand, and then you can do a two-hand silk reeling. Does this motion look a little familiar now? Cloud hands, Yang style. So that's just a very, very basic use of silk reeling exercises. And then you can actually advance on that. Okay, so that's just one example of how you can use silk reeling in a lot of different ways. Again, hundreds of silk reeling exercises, and they go back to the basics of it. I use the metaphor, and I really like the metaphor that if you're trying to learn baseball, or I bet your Farhad's watching, if you're trying to learn soccer, you work on the ball handling skills. You learn how to dribble the ball with your feet. You learn how to use your knees and your chest. You work on shooting drills. You work on blocking drills. So silk reeling are the drills of Tai Chi. All right, those are the drills. I use the baseball analogy of, you get in the batter's box and you take batting practice, you take fielding practice. If you're an outfielder, you have fly balls hit to you, so you practice and train with those. Silk reeling are those fundamental exercises of Tai Chi. Okay? All right, so let's move along. Let's do one form. Let's do Tai Chi for rehabilitation. Sophia's going to line up the music for she's going to line up the music for Tai Chi for Arthritis Part 1, but we're going to do Tai Chi for rehabilitation to that piece of music. This is about the same timing, okay? I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do this backwards, a follow-on. I've gone into more detail many Thursdays ago. We're in week number 8. So back, I don't know, week number 2 or 3, we did the we went into Tai Chi for rehabilitation for 2 weeks. So let's go ahead. I need to kind of shift my position here. Okay. So this is Tai Chi for rehabilitation. We're doing this with music. I'm just going to cue the movements, or the form, not the movement, okay? I'm going to tell you what's coming up next. That's what I mean to say. All right, a couple of deep cleansing breaths. And commencement. Cloud hands 3 times left. Open and close. Exchanging yin-yang energy to the left. Open and close. Exchange yin-yang energy to the right. Open, close, and cloud hands 3 times to the right, yang style. Open and close 3 times. And close the form. Nice, spot on. It didn't feel like I was going to be spot on when I started, so you go ahead and set the music at random again, please. When I started, I was like, I think my timing may be off, but apparently it wasn't. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? Okay, hope everybody enjoyed that. Tai Chi for rehabilitation. Eventually I'll get those that form sheet up on the website also. Thanks again to Rebecca, Judy, and Dave for helping me with those sheets and stepping forward and helping. I appreciate it very much. All right, so we have been working on Tai Chi for diabetes for the past couple weeks. I'd like to review Tai Chi for diabetes part 1 and then go into grasping the bird's tail so we can do part 2. And that's pretty much what part 2 consists of, is cloud hands, yang style, grasping the bird's tail to the left, then grasping the bird's tail to the right, and then cloud hands, and then closing the form. And that's the diabetes form right there. But let's go through part 1. Again, we worked with it 2 weeks ago, kind of power learned it, if you will. But let's run through that and just make sure that we understand that. Okay, so this has the yang style opening. This is the same style opening that the Tai Chi for rehabilitation has. Okay, yang style of Tai Chi. So we begin with commencement. The weight is on the right. Peel that left foot off the floor. Step out with the left. Bring the hands up in front of us, leading with that wrist. Prayer hand position. We're going to go ahead and do an open and close just because it feels right here. I need to check the list to see. I think he does do a couple open and closes in the diabetes form. I need to verify that though. Cloud hands 3 times to the left. Same way we do in the rehabilitation form. I think that was 3. I was thinking about our next moves. We can go ahead and throw in an open and close. That doesn't hurt anything. Fair maiden works the shuttle to the left. I weight shift right. I step out with the left foot at a diagonal. As I shift weight left, the left hand comes over the head to block, and the right hand pushes forward. And then shift weight back onto the right, bring the left foot back in, prayer hands. Fair maiden works the shuttle to the right. I weight shift left. I step out with the right foot at a diagonal. As I shift onto the right hand comes over the top of the head. We push forward with the left hand. The weight shifts back onto the left. Bring the right foot back in. We are back into prayer hands. Again, you can open and close here. That definitely doesn't hurt anything. And I will check the Tai Chi for diabetes and see if it does contain, I believe it contains open and close. It's just I'm drawing a blank on it. All right, kick variations. Do whatever is safe for you. If you need a chair next to you, please do that. All right? Or if you're only comfortable tapping the toe, tap the toe 3 times. Maybe you're more comfortable tapping the toe and then lifting the leg. So you can do that 1 time, 3 times. Maybe your kicks are awesome, which I'm sure they are. Maybe your kicks are awesome and you want to do kicks 3 times. You can do that, all right? Dr. Lam just does a kick side to side. I like using these variations. I think it gives you a little bit more variety. So kick variations, weight shifts to the right and then tap that left toe. Come back to center, weight shifts left, and then you tap the right toe. Come back to center. Weight shifts right, you can tap or elevate the left leg. Come back to center. Weight shifts left, you can tap or elevate the right leg. And back to center. One more time, weight shifts right, tap, elevate or kick the left leg. Back to center. Tap, weight shift left, tap, elevate or kick the right leg. And come back to center. Open and close. Cloud hands 3 times to the right. Yang style. Come back to center, open and close, and then from here we're going to close the forearm. So hands out in front of us, same way as Tai Chi for rehabilitation. Come back up to the standing position, weight shifts right, step in left. And then if you're Jeff, you go ta-da. All right. Okay, how'd that feel for anybody? Any questions, Sophia? Okay, so part 2, grasping the bird's tail. Grasping the bird's tail, stroking the bird's tail, stroking the swallow's tail, grasping the swallow's tail. 4 primary energies of ward off, roll back, press, and push. All right. Last week we worked with ward off, and we looked at we worked with ward off, W-A-R-D, as in cleaver. See what I did there? See, I had the right generation there, right? So first was ward off. Okay. And we worked with that last week. So let's get to the other 3 now, and maybe we can wrap all those up, okay? It's grasping the bird's tail. It is one movement, but it actually contains 4 movements. So it does take a little longer to study this movement, especially since it has those primary energies, okay? So let me first demonstrate this for you. So we've done ward off. Next is roll back. And let me demonstrate that from the side also. So we started with ward off, roll back, okay? So roll back, someone is coming towards you, martial art intent, someone's coming towards you, and so you're taking them and gently directing them away and down from you. So someone is coming, doing force straight towards you. You're not trying to meet them head on with force, but you're just gently kind of taking them and redirecting them down and away from you, all right? Letting their energy come on towards you, but you're just kind of gently redirecting it, okay? And it's called roll back. So what we do with this, let's try this coming forward first. So we start with, let's get into ward off. Let's just review that together. So let me do it this way. I'm trying to keep perspective on it. So ward off. Weight shifts to the left, toe in right. The right hand is facing the ground now. Weight shifts back onto the right. The left hand kind of scoops up, cat and ball stance. I step out with the left foot. As I weight shift onto the left, that left hand comes up to block and the right hand pushes down. Okay? Let's do that one more time. I'm going to come towards you now, so I'm going to turn towards the camera. So we start out facing the front. We weight shift to the left. We toe in with the right. As my right toe comes in, the right hand comes down. I shift the weight onto the right. That left hand comes back up, holding the ball. Cat and ball stance. I step out with the left foot. As I shift weight left, that left hand comes up to block, and the right hand pushes down. Ward off. All right? One more view just from the front now. I weight shift left, I toe in right. Notice as I toe in right, that right hand turns simultaneously. I shift onto the right, scoop up left hand and left foot. And then I step out and ward off. Okay? So let's take it from ward off. I'm going to show you from the front. Ward off. I'm going to take the left hand and I'm going to turn my upper body. So I'm turning my dantian. Remember, Tai Chi is governed by the dantian. So I'm going to turn my dantian up and my hands are going to move to the 2 o'clock position. So looking at this from behind, I would be in ward off. I'm going to turn and rotate the body to like the 10 o'clock position. If this is 12 o'clock, I'm turning to the 10 o'clock position, all right? So I start with ward off, and I rotate the upper body. My hands are yin-yang. So the left hand is palm down and the right hand is palm up, okay? You don't have to necessarily go as high as what I'm doing with my hands. I'm trying to make my hands so you can see them over my shoulder. You can do this one, so roll back, your hands can be up here, okay? So I'm bringing my hands up so you can see them a little better from this perspective. So I bring both hands up, palms facing one another, okay? Got that part of it? All right. So, first part, hands are here. Now I'm going to shift the weight back onto the right. As I do this, I'm going to bring my hands down into the side. So they're crossing over in front of my body and they're down into the side. Okay? Again, something's coming at you and you're directing that force down and away. So ward off, roll back, my hands come down. All the weight's on the right. That left hand is going to come up and form a block, and the right hand circles around and comes back and latches onto the wrist. So let me do it from this angle. All right, shake your legs loose. It's a lot of work on the legs. Go ahead and shake your legs loose. We started at ward off. I turn to that 10 o'clock position. I shift my weight back. I'm bringing the hands down. That left hand comes up, forms a block. Right hand circles around and touches the wrist. Okay? So let's go through that. Follow on. Okay? Play along with me. Beautiful thing about videotape is you can push pause and rewind and go back through it. Okay? I'm from ward off. Rotate upper body towards that 10 o'clock position. I shift weight back onto the right. All the weight's on the right. Left hand blocks, right hand comes up and touches the wrist. Good? I hope so. Okay. So the next move is press, and the movement after that is push. So what's the difference between press and push? About 3 letters. Yeah, okay, that was my attempt at humor. Apparently Sophia didn't get that, or she's not listening, one or the other. So I'm in this position. So this is what press looks like. Oh, I gotta get in position. All right. So press is we turn and press. Okay. Actually, it should be a little bit like that. Okay. So the difference between press and push. Press comes from the lower body. Push does also, but push involves more of the lower arms. When you do a press, if you look at this from the side, I turn and I press. But notice that I am not moving my arms when I press. It all comes from the lower body as I do a press. All right? So this is someone is in close, and you're going, no, I want a little bit more space. You're not pushing out with your hands, but you're using your lower body to press forward, okay? I hope that makes sense. This is where the face-to-face teaching works better, because if you don't understand it, I can explain it in a different way. So I'm trying to explain it in several different ways, hopefully catching all of those questions. So we start with the weight back on the right. What perspective? I'm going to do this coming towards you first. So we're starting with the weight back on the right, and I'm kind of facing to the 3 o'clock position. My left hand is formed a block, and the right hand is on the wrist. It's not on the hand, but it's on the wrist. Okay? So looking at my hands, they look like this, not like this. But I'm pushing on the wrist. Okay? Excuse me. So weight's back on the right. Left hand is kind of forming that, think that ward off, that rounding that we talk about. Same position. Right hand is on the wrist. I turn back towards the front, and now I shift weight forward. all right? I'm not moving my hands, I'm just shifting weight forward, and that is our press, okay? Let me do it from this angle. The weight is back on the right, the left hand is nice and rounded, kind of that ward off. The right hand is on the wrist. I turn, notice this space. We talked about Pong. Notice this space, and then I press. It just comes from the legs. A lot of people want to push their arms forward. Notice I just gave it away. That's a push, not a press. So I'm here, I turn here, and I shift weight forward. That is a press. Okay? Impressive. See what I did there? Okay. It's Wacky Thursday, I told you. Okay, so that is press. Let's practice that from this point of view. The weight's back on the right. The left hand is rounded. The right hand is attached to the wrist. I turn and I shift weight. I press. Okay? Let's do, I'm looking at the time trying to think what's my best way. Let's practice those three, okay? So we're facing the front. We're going to turn to the left. We're going to practice ward off. So weight shift left, toe in right. Sink onto the right, cat and ball stance. Step out empty, ward off. Roll back, turning, rolling back. Left hand protects, the right hand comes up, attaches to the wrist. We turn and press. Okay? All right, shake your legs loose. I hope this is making sense. Sophia, do we have any questions? Is this making sense to everybody? No questions. All right, good, good, good. Last movement is push, okay? Let me demonstrate this once coming towards you. I've just done a press. Now we do push. Okay, let me do it this side. We've just done press and push. Okay, so what are we doing here? Most everybody here has done the Sun style of Tai Chi. Pushing mountain looks real familiar, right? From the Sun style, we embrace the tiger and then we push the mountain, all right? So this push is kind of a combination of those, if you will, all right? It's just with the Yang style, it's a little bit more dramatic. And in a lot of ways, practicing the Yang will help you with your Sun style, okay? So let's practice the hands first. So I've just done a press. I've shifted the weight forward. About 70% of the weight is up on that left leg, and my hands are pushed. Again, I have this roundness here. I haven't done this, so I've not done this, but my hands are here, okay? And we've done the press. Press. Now we're doing the push. So to do the push, we shift a little bit more weight onto the left, and as we do that, we extend both hands out, and then the right hand wipes off the back of the left hand. So I have about 80% of the weight up on that left leg. Both hands are facing down. I weight shift back and I bring my hands to the shoulders. I let that left toe come up as I weight shift. I bring the hands to the shoulders and then they come down below the sternum and I drive off of that back foot and push up forward. Okay, so now I'm using my arms more as I do a push. And then the weight shifts back onto the right and I return back to the front in prayer hands. Let's practice that from the side now, okay? So we've warded off, rolled back, pressed. So the push, I shift a little bit more weight onto the left, and I reach out with the hands. The right hand wipes off the back of the left hand. That's familiar from the Soon style also, right? The weight shifts back onto the right leg. I'm bringing the hands up. I'm dropping the wrists. The hands come down, and then I shift weight forward, and I'm driving up from my root and away. Should keep that back heel down. I let that back heel come up. And then we turn back to the front. All right. How'd that feel? Okay. So, what's happening here? Someone is coming towards you. I'm going to do it from this side. I don't know why I'm just going to. Oh, because we do it from the left. That's why. Someone's coming towards you. So you have your hands right on their shoulders here. I probably ought to come in close and do this. So someone is coming towards you. So your hands are extended out. Your fingers are extended out because you're touching their shoulders. When you maintain contact with your opponent, and again, we talked about this in the Soon style, that modified single whip, you're stepping back, but reaching the arms out, so you're maintaining contact with your opponent. The reason we do this is because we can feel what our opponent's going to do long before we see what they're going to do. And when you get really good, you can actually feel where your opponent's chi is and where their energy is. And so what they're planning to do, they will target it in their mind long before their body shows it. And so you can feel what happens before you see what happens. So you're maintaining contact. So imagine your hand is up and just kind of gently touching their shoulder. So they're coming towards you. You can't just keep them away with your fingers. There's no way you can do that. So you drop the wrist. So now your hand is on their chest here. So your hand started either here and moves to here, or on their shoulder and moves to here. Make sure that you're keeping your hands shoulder width apart. A common thing I see people do, and I'll see them do this in the Soon style, is they'll bring their hands and they'll do this because they think it looks really cool. And it does kind of look cool. However, it's not a very good idea if someone is coming at you that you open up your arms and let them just rush into you and headbutt you. All right? So you keep your hands shoulder distance apart the whole time. Okay? So my fingers are touching on the chest or the shoulders. They're coming in towards me, so I'm dropping my elbows and dropping my wrist simultaneously. All right? I'm absorbing their incoming force. Then I'm directing their incoming force down, pulling them off of their root. Imagine their shoulders are down here now. And then I'm shifting my weight and driving forward and up. Okay? So someone is coming at you. You're directing their force down, and then you're driving them up and back. Okay? And so that's what you're trying to do with the push. The incoming force is coming in, pulling them off of their root and down, and then you're pushing them up and forward. Okay? Going back to the Soon style, I will tell you, embracing tiger, pushing mountain. If you're kind of thinking in your head this yang style, that whole intention that we've been talking about all week, that intention of this yang style, so you're not doing yang style, but you're thinking yang style in your head, makes that embracing tiger, pushing mountain look really cool. Okay, so let's go from press. Weight shifts a little bit forward on the left. The right hand wipes off the back of the left. The weight shifts back. You sink down. Hands come down below the rib cage, and then you push forward, driving up. And then you turn back to the front. Relax. Let's go through all four of those moves, okay? Starting from here. So this is the way that it's done in the form. We start facing the front. And then we turn to the left. We grasp the bird's tail to the left. Okay? So prayer hand position. Weight shifts left. I toe in right. I sink the weight back onto the right. The right hand faces the ground. The left hand scoops up and under. I step out with the left foot and I ward off. The left hand comes up to block. The right hand pushes down. I move to roll back. I bring the hands forward. And they're facing, actually this would be 9, so they're facing like the 8 o'clock position. I shift the weight back onto the right, bringing the hands down. The left hand comes up to block, the right hand comes around, touches the wrist, and then I turn and I press. And then finally I push a little bit more weight on the left. Right hand wipes off the back of the left. I bring the hands up to the shoulders, down below the rib cage, and I drive forward. The weight shifts back onto the right, and I adjust that left foot, and I turn that right foot. All right? Again, this is a weighted turn as you do this on the right foot. If you watch the feet, the weight is on the right. I bring the weight right. I bring this left foot forward, and then I turn that right foot as I shift my weight. If you're having problems with your knees, as you step in with this left, shift all your weight to the left, then adjust your right foot, okay? So if you're having knee problems, you need to do that modification, okay? Let's run through it one more time. That's all we'll have time for. Let's go through it one more time, all right? Any questions, Sophia? So they know it perfectly. Beautiful. Prayer hand position. Weight shifts left, toe in right, cat and ball stance. Step out and ward off. Next, roll back. Left hand comes up, right hand circles to the wrist. We turn and press. Then we push. And return to the front. Relax the hands. Beautiful. All right. That's grasping the bird's tail to the left. Next week, we'll practice it to the right. We'll put all of part 2 together, okay? I don't want to rush through the moves. I want to make sure that you know them well. I don't want you to have to relearn them, okay? So I want to make sure that we're doing them properly, okay? Once we put them into the form, it's grasping the bird's tail is beautiful. It's also part of the Yang 24 form. Okay, let's do our cool down exercises. Lightly punch, slap the legs. You definitely got a lot of work on your legs grasping the bird's tail. Next, tighten up all the muscles in the body and relax. Again, tighten up the muscles and relax. And one more time, tighten up the muscles and relax. And finally, gather chi. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and one more time, inhale and exhale. I went a little long today, sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure we got all that in, but covered it thoroughly. So, practice over the weekend, practice your silk reeling, practice grasping the bird's tail, practice the Sun style, practice whatever you want to practice, just make sure you do practice, all right? Send me pictures of you doing Tai Chi. I still don't have pictures from everybody, I know that. Take a look at the gallery when you get a chance. Have yourselves a great weekend. We will see you back on Monday. Blessings to all. Thank you.